I'd like to ask for those who have art in our home, could you just give us, overall basic care of art in your home besides the temperature and the light? What else we could possibly do? Or what's the recommended temperature to have?
The temperature bar, you got to worry about the humidity level. If you have needed back, if you have works on paper in particular, I want to First of all, there's a wonderful book out by Halima Taha that gets into great detail about conservation of art. She's in about her 7th edition now, so it's really a wonderful book. But what
say the name again. Just say the art.
Collecting African American Art by Halima Taha, T-A-H-A. And she goes into a great deal of information about conservation. But the key thing in your home is humidity and light. I have a damaged banister now because my house is full of light. And I kept looking at this, and I kept saying, why does that twilight look different? And I took it to someone that knew, over to NGA, and they said it was damaged from the sun. So you really have to get your windows tinted. It's expensive maintaining art that you want to pass on to a museum. I'm learning. And because watercolors and works on paper are very, very fragile. So you got to watch your humidity level. It can't ever be up above 45% in your home. And you really got to watch the light. And if you have a lot of light, like when I travel, even with protected windows, I cover all of my art with deep colored fabrics that are not conducive to color. I know this sounds bizarre, but when you collect the masters, you got to protect it because it's your living legacy that you want to pass on to the African American community at large. So those are the 2 key things that I would suggest that you focus on.
If I can add one other thing, it's not that, it is relatively expensive depending on how many windows you have, but you can get this transparent film that filters out all the harmful UV light. You apply it to your, you don't personally apply it to your windows, this company does, and it really does cut 90 to 99% of the harmful rays from getting to your artwork. Yeah. So if you are at all serious about an art collection, you should have your windows treated with this film, and it won't make any difference in terms of your, the visibility or anything. It basically just is a film that cuts all the light from just cuts the damaging rays from getting through.
And use UV plexi. You have it framed, acid-free matting, UV plexi. So that if the work falls, drops, which I've had, my husband throws something up on the wall with a nail and it falls down and cracks. Glass will damage the work, but UV plexi will not. Now the frame might crack, but you can replace the frame, but you don't want to damage a work of art. So UV plexi, and as you said, you can tint. You can tint, and always acid-free matting. But make sure you pick up Halima's book because it really gives you a lot more information.
Just real quickly, look at where you place certain works over fireplace. In your basement, you may have a furnished basement, but it holds a lot of moisture. So certain works are not going to survive very well down there. Or again, as my co-panelists have said, light. So, certain, and in the bathroom. A lot of people put their artwork in the bathroom. Some works are just not going to survive very well because of the moisture. So.
What if you use that museum glass? Do you still have to go through like the protection of the sun and stuff?
Let me tell you something.
Yes.
It is so expensive. It is truly expensive.
But if it protects it from the light, it's worth it.
Well,
But it doesn't
if you got the money to do it,
God bless you.
God bless you, because one work I was getting ready to have done, about a medium-sized work, it was like $800. So it's probably better to do your windows as opposed to, and keep your everything closed all the time. Even after you get back. And I had a problem last year with the earthquake and the hurricane. when I came back from vacation, I had, I had two, ceramic work had fallen. My favorite work by Valerie Fair. Remember the lady with the dress swing that went to Hurricane Katrina, House on My Mind, it fell into 100 pieces. One of my little plates by Deidre Bell fell. She's repairing that now at least. And Valerie Fair has been very ill because I was going to ask her to do me another one. The Barbosa Iris print had moved because it was in my basement, and my basement flooded. So, you know, all of these things, the moisture, all those things are quite important. And also, there is something you can get from the framers. They may have a special order in which you put it in the frame when they're framing for you, and it absorbs moisture. It's a special device.
And Sherry just made a good point. Have your collection insured.
Oh, yeah.
You still have to be a good caregiver of it, but insure your work.